So good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class, day number 12. And now
Good morning.
morning. And now we are progressing to the next topic of our course. Okay. So yesterday we were discussing that is there any way I already gave you the background, right? Is there any way that I can create 30, 40, 50, 100, 1,000 users, 1,000 groups, 1,000 locations, 1,000 countries or states or cities or CIs in a one go? Because now you would be thinking from the business perspective. You are a consultant, you are implementing service now for one of your customer. And he says, okay, you have to be bring this data in service now. You cannot assign one or two person who can sit and click one new and then update, then second new update, third new and update. If and also one more thing which is important here. This activity of adding user is not only for the one environment. It's for all three environments. Dev, test and production. How it can be doable? What do you think? What can be the best way to do this part? Any thought, any idea? What is the best way? Do you think when the new joiners, let's say a company placed 100 students from a college, next month all hundreds are getting onboarded to the company. Do you think that HR will sit and create their account one by one? No, they will not do like this. Then what is the way? This particular concept we called import data in ServiceNow. And when I say data, here I'm specifically talking about the foundational data. We never bring transactional data in ServiceNow. We never bring. It get created in the ServiceNow, but we never bring from the outside. It's not recommended. Okay, when there is a migration happen, let's say I was using Remedy earlier and now I want to move to the ServiceNow. My few incidents are open, my few changes are open, my few requests are open, my problems are open. Can I move those data in ServiceNow? Yes. You can move, but it is not recommended by ServiceNow to move the transactional data. Why? You have to get the answer. Okay, so now the question comes, Atul, I want to create 10 users in a single go. What I have to be do? And this is the best way that ServiceNow suggests. Let's say I want to be upload a create user. Okay, go to the user table. Okay, then right click on any of the field. Click import. Clear? And create Excel template. And download. And download. Now the question comes, Atul, why you are downloading Excel template? Because as I say that everything in ServiceNow has a logic. Right? Now, if I told to all of you, guys, create a Excel sheet with these fields. Name, let's say. I told create Excel sheet with a field called name, gender, date of birth. Now, how Eliza will create? Name, gender, date of birth. Okay. Now see, this is what the human tendency. Don't worry. Now how Sahil will create? Because full underscore name. Gender, date underscore, and how Adna will create name underscore full plus spelling mistake. Date underscore of underscore. Now you three guys created the Excel sheet for the same purpose, but with the different attribute names. I'm sure that the value which you are going to put has no problem with the name or with the label or the attribute name. But ServiceNow has a problem here. It says, boss, if you use your way or your field, I will not able to match it in the database. So for the few seconds, let's hold this as a problem statement. And I will tell you that why I insist to use the template. Okay, now come back to our Excel sheet. When I import this Excel sheet, I got this thing. A well managed, well behaved, well informed Excel sheet. Come here in the page 1. See. All the fields I got it. All the fields which are part of this particular user table, I got it in a single place. Now if I say, guys, add one more field here called email, right? Eliza will write email. Okay. So I will write email and I will write like this. No. Is there any difference in this email attribute in any of the table? No difference. Value is going to be same, but entry has been different now. So ServiceNow says, boss, if you do this thing by your side, number one, you can make a spelling mistake. Number two, you have to create a big Excel sheet. In the user table, we have just 50 fields. Right? In the CMDB table, for a single CA class, we have more than 100 fields. Can we able to write all the fields? No. So better use the import. So now use this active true. I'm not going to put a lot of fields here. Okay, which is required. I'll just put that only. A.B .com. Okay, employee number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave it. First name A. Gender male. Leave it. Prefix extra. Last login, leave it. Last name B. I generally use like this. C, ECD. It is easy for the search then. Leave it, manager, leave it, password, leave it, business phone, language, schedule, source, state. Leave it means I'm not filling the much data because I want to show you something different. User ID. ABC, BCD. Let's create one more user. Only then you will get to know that why I'm showing you this exercise, right? e.c@lng.com. EFG, sorry, EFGIJK. Oh, sorry, gender, it's gender, okay, male. Prefix, I'll remove it here. Leave it, keep it simple. IJK. Okay, come to this part. EGIJK. ठीक है जी, all set. Everybody clear what we have done? Sahil, Arnav, Eliza.
Yes.
Clear, right? What we need to be do.
Yeah.
Good. Now let's move to the next one. Next step. Let's say as a HR, I have 100 users to be created, and I will put the data in the Excel sheet. Okay. Now how to bring this Excel in the service now? There are multiple ways to do. Multiple ways to do. And we will do in a one by one sequence. Mainly 2 methods or 3 methods are there. We'll do in a sequence. Because the problem is that if I show you the shortcut, you will say, "Oh, our work has been done, we're not able to listen to you for the next option." So I'll start with the problematic approach. Come here and search for the data load. Oh, sorry, not data load, it's load data. Under the word import set, under the application import set. Click here. Okay. It says import set table. What is that? When I created an Excel sheet and I want to bring this data in service now, the data goes primarily in a temporary table, and that table is called the import set table. I'll give you the example. Okay. Let's say Arnav is shifting from one flat to the other flat. When he get everything from the old flat, what is the first purpose for Arnav in the new flat? That first unload everything from the truck or the tempo or the vehicle and keep it safe in a place. Or he start opening each and every box and start adjusting everything in the house. Then it will take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Vehicle cannot wait, right? This is what we are doing. We are not bringing the data directly in the actual table. And what is the actual table? sys_user. So this is called the import set table. Means a table which will hold the data for the temporary purpose. So I can go and put a table name here. Batch 13 user data. It's created by me, so it's coming as a U. From where you want to bring the data? I said bring the data from the choose file, go to download from here. This is what we have created here. Okay. Sheet number 1, no, it's not a sheet number 1. It is the sheet number 2. So what we can do, just to be safer side, let's delete this. Now save it and let's upload it again, because we make a change in the Excel sheet. Now sheet number 1, yes, it's a sheet number 1. correct? And header row. Shall I consider this as well a data? I said no, this is not a data. This is the attribute name. So don't consider this as a data. So it says, okay, first row I'm considering as a heading. It means I will not consider this as a data, but rest under that, I will consider everything as a data. I said yes and submit. Now this is called Excel parsing. Means ServiceNow is reading that Excel and bringing the data in ServiceNow. And what we get? Total 2 records. Yes. 2 inserts. Why insert? Because these user ID does not exist in ServiceNow. So it is a insert. Update error we will do now. After this exercise, we'll do update and error as well. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. This has been done. The data is in ServiceNow, but not in the user table. How to bring the data in the user table? And for this, I'll go here, or you can create a transform map. I joined gym and I told to my trainer, boss, I want to transform my body. I want 6 ab and big this biceps and all. Okay. The day one I go doesn't mean I become or I'm getting the abs. This is what the day one. And now he's creating a transform map for me. He's creating a transform plan for me that how he will transform my body into the abs or biceps. So I'll put name here. Batch 13. From where I should pick up the data? This is the import set table. It means if tomorrow I'll make some changes in this Excel sheet, I no need to be create a new transform map. Example, now Arnav moved to his new house. Now he want to move one box from one room to another room. Will he call to the movers and packers again? No, their work has been done. They will not call. Now leave it everything as it is. Leave it. Come to this part. Target table. Now the question comes. The user has a, sorry, the table has a data, import set table has a data. In which table you want to move it? I want to move it to the sys underscore table. What I'm doing? I'm doing table to table level mapping. This is important from the interview perspective. These questions come in the interview. Transform map is a very crucial. And now I click on the save. Now Arnav unload everything in the new house. 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, irrespective that this box has a value or the contains the some attributes for the kitchen or the bedroom or the living room or the washroom. He did everything unloaded now. Now what is starting? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These boxes, let's move to the kids room. This is what we call the field to field level mapping. Come here. Now this data is in ServiceNow. Now I'm going to be tell to ServiceNow that boss, this value should go in the user ID of the user table. So now we are going to be map this particular stuff. Now Arnav is confused. Atul, 50 records. We need to be map one by one. No. Now, how to do this part? There are two ways to do. Number one is manual. Click on the new. This is my import set table. This is my target table. I said in the import set table, I have a user ID. Yes, I got it. And in the target table, I have a user ID. I got it. This is the first benefit that you're using the Excel sheet. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what will happen? You have to be search user underscore ID, u underscore ID, use underscore year underscore ID, something like that. Forget everything, these two, and click on the submit. This is the first way. You have to do for the 50 this thing fields. Now definitely Arnav is getting unhappy. Atul, come on. If we have to do this manually, and yesterday you told that it is a technology, we have to be used in a smart manner. Now where is your words? Now come to the second method called the mapping assist. Click here. What this will do, it will show you each and every field from the both tables. Like first name. Let's say email. Drag and drag. Email. Atul, this is again so much manual part. Everything I have to drag, everything I have to drop. Click on the save. नहीं होगा, नहीं आएगा ये भी. It's not going to work for us because user table only. चलो, okay, user table has a 50 fields, but tomorrow I have to bring the 1 million CI records. I cannot do it like this. Then what is the last option? It's called auto map. When I click on this, there's a script run in the background, and I will say 1, 2, 3 and see the magic. See, all the fields get mapped properly. Happy? What do you say? Sahil, Eliza, Arnav.
Yeah, lovely, Atul. I was actually wondering how to map all these things together. So
Yes, because that is the reason I say in the beginning, if you create an Excel sheet by your own, then this mapping will not properly work.
not done. Yeah, right.
The intention to give a thought is that this only that. Go ahead and create an Excel sheet. I have no issues, but in that time, this matching will create a problem. Clear, Funda, that why we insisted to use this Excel sheet, a standard Excel sheet given by ServiceNow. It means no spelling mistake, no discrepancy in the attribute names, and it will help me the auto mapping as well. Done. Chalo. Now boxes has been moved in their respective rooms. Now what to do? Unpack the box and start putting the stuff in the room. Click on the transform. This was our table. 1001 was the import set table number. This is my transform map in which the data must go. Click on the transform. It says complete success. Transform complete. Open the history. Open the logs, open the table. Verify to kare, we have to verify. And also do one thing, go here and user table and open the user table as well. Number one, transform history. What it say? That you started some upload, it has been done in the 0 second. Total 2 records had been insert. Total 2 record was there. Both has an insert. There's a no update, no ignored, no skip and no error. Want to see? Open it. And just scroll down. Because there's a no error, so it's blank. Now let's go to the import logs. Okay, did not get it, leave it. See what data has been moved. This is my import set table. Same thing, but come here and see. These 2 records have been inserted. The only thing which is important, it starts from 0, not from 1. Now come to the user table and search. See, ABC, BCD. So now if your Excel sheet contain either 5, 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 500 lakh, no matter. One click, work done. This is what called the import set. Clear? Sahil, Elisa and Arnav.
Yes, Atul.
Now,
Yes, Atul.
let's do a mistake so that I can tell you the next topic. In the same concept, let's say I'm going here, click here, put data, click. Now I'm not going to create a new table. I'm using the existing table. This is my table name. Let me put the file. What we are doing, we are not making any change in my data, not a single dot. And click on the submit. सर्विस को क्या पता, उसको लगता है भाई it's a data I have to insert, I inserted it. Now run the transform map. Because we already have a transform map ready with us. This is import set table 2, my transform map. Click on transform and see what happened now. Let me close previous records. Open the transform history and open this. What it's saying now? Complete with error. Are Atul, how this is possible? Right, Arnav?
Right.
We did not make a single change, but still we are getting error. And see now here. Error. And what is the error? Error during insert of sys user ABC, BCD, error during EFG, IJK. Now the question comes, why this error is there?
Because it's a duplicate record.
So
there is already a record for this user.
Acha, pakka.
And there is no change in the attributes too.
No problem. Look, I'll do your wish. Let's say title, Mr. Save. And let's say title. Save. This is what I'm doing what you told me. Okay. Close. Come here. Load data. Existing record table. File. Under we make a change, right?
Right, we did.
Submit. Run transform. Transform. फिर error आ गई रे तो. See, again error. We make a changes in the data, right? I did what you told me. Type file Excel and फिर error आ गई. अब what to do, Eliza, now? Your point is completely on the bullseye, but you have to be justify.
Atul, what does it say in the import logs tab? Does it give us additional information? In that tab, import log tab.
Import log, okay, come here. Same thing.
Same thing.
What do you think, Eliza? Sahil?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, think. You know, there's a term called the innovation. Okay. Innovation says that if someone asks you some idea, for if someone put a problem statement and ask you for a solution, think as much as wild idea you can think. Doesn't matter that that is feasible or not on the immediate time. Simple examples. Sit and think that our astronauts, our scientists reach on the Mars, reach on the moon. Nobody even think that it is possible in for a human being. That we are able to fly. Aeroplanes are very common nowadays. Think, Eliza, the answer is there. Arnav put a right point. Atul, it is a duplicate value. I'll give an example which I gave every time in my class. Okay. Let's say Arnav, Eliza, Sahil and another 10 people are in the same class. There are two Arnab Roy Chaudhary in the class. Okay. Now see the example, then you will understand. Principal told, go to that class and call Arnab Chaudhary in the office. PN came in the class and told to the teacher, Arnab Roy Chaudhary, principal is calling. Out of 10, these both guys stand up. Now PN confused, which is the right one. He saw again the paper. Okay, Arnab Roy, whose father name is XYZ. Both have the same father name. It happens. And this is a true thing I'm telling you. I have a friend, both fathers' names are same because they are in the big family. So generally in the old days, the names are almost same. And both names also good, same. Now again, PN confused. He says who stay in that particular area. Both has a house in that particular area. Not able to get it. Birthday is almost on the same day. Now teacher fed up and told to PN, tell me which Arnav Roy you need. Give me the roll number for that particular person. Oh, madam, it is written in the downs. Arnav Roy Chaudhary, roll number 1011. Then the other person sit down. Got the logic, Arnav?
Yeah.
We have to tell to the system that if this unique ID you find out, only then update, otherwise ignore.
Right.
Right? In a college, 1,000 people are studying. Students are there. Out of 1,000, 50 people has the same name with a surname as well. How are you going to be classified? How do we identify? With their roll numbers. So now let's come back to the system. Come to the transform map. We're not going to create a new one. We are going to be open our old one. Okay. Okay. Now there's a field which I say is called the Coalesce. Multiple people call this with a different name. I say Coalesce, someone say Coalesce, and someone say Coalesce. Something is there. People have different way of pronounce this word. Okay. This, what is this? And again, this is important from the interview perspective, from the certification perspective. This field tell you that if I am bringing a data again, how to verify that data need to be insert or data need to be create. In your class, there was a roll number. The last roll number was 10. If I am putting a record for the roll number 9, system will check that roll number 9 already exists, then update. If not exist, then insert. So what we will do, we will make our user ID this as a Coalesce true. Done.
May I know why at all?
Sorry?
Why did you choose to make that true?
Because in a class or in a service now, two users don't have the same user ID.
Does it always have to be true?
Yes. One field must be true that is a uniquely identified. Not tell me you're working in a company, right? Is your employee ID other person also having?
No.
It means if tomorrow you get promoted, your salary get changed, your designation gets changed, your cabin can get changed. How the HR is going to be updating your record? Not with the name Elizabeth Daniel, because there can be 10 more Elizabeth Daniel. But she will update the record Elizabeth Daniel, whose employee ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a unique identifier. In database world, we call as a primary key, unique key. Clear now, Eliza?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now let's do the same functionality. Come. Let's close this, come here, load data, history, file, this, submit, run transform, number 4 table and transform. And see. Total 2 and 2 are updated. Not error, not skip, not ignored, not inserted. Now Arnav is smiling in the background. Right, Arnav?
Yeah.
Because you got the answer now that why this was error and now why this is update.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Now let's do one more thing. Come here and add a new record. true. X, Y at the rate Y dot at the rate LFG.com. Okay. X, Y, Z in ABC. I'm not changing other two datas. Okay, because I want to show you something more now. This is what the Coalesce do. Okay. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Okay. Save. Come here. Come. Sorry. Come here. Load data. Source. This. 333. Sorry, we don't want to create a transform map. Run transform. Number 5, correct. Transform. Transformation complete, and now open the history. See. Total 3 record. 1 inserted, 2 ignored. Because when this transform map run, it check that in which user ID the changes are there. In the 2 user ID there was no change, so it has been ignored. And 1 user ID he find a new, so insert. This is what the meaning or the definition of the Coalesce. Clear?
All clear, Atul.
Good. Now let's open the transform map. And this is your homework, not my homework now. Generally what I do always, I try to make my every batch something different. I'm not skipping it anything. I'm making you guys to be think little bit ahead. Open this. Now there are multiple fields. You can see here, right? Enforce mandatory fields. I am telling you the description and you have to be tested. Create minimum 5 to 7 transform map today. Maybe user, maybe group table, maybe location table, maybe city table, any table you can pick up. If you want, you can create on the CMDB or incident table as well. That doesn't matter, because the purpose is to understand the concept. Okay, not this thing. So now enforce mandatory fields. What this mean? Let's say in my user table, I have user ID is mandatory. Until unless you will not fill the user ID, you cannot able to create the record. So if you say yes, so there's an option called yes. There is option called only in the map field. Means the field which you map in the down. Let's say we map all the table all the fields of the user ID. Maybe I'm creating the transfer map where I just have a 5 fields from a table, not other than that. So I can say that in the map field, find out if anything is mandatory, or I say all fields. All fields should be mandatory. All mandatory fields should be filled, otherwise I cannot create a user account. Because if you come here, Click on the new. Is there anything mandatory? Nothing with a red star. If I click on the save, record get created. So this option will not work here. But if I show you something like this, see here, these are the mandatory. Until unless you will not fill these two fields, your record will not get created or saved. This is what this is doing. Okay. Copy empty field. Let's say these fields are empty, right? These fields are empty. Do you want to copy this as well? Maybe earlier it has a value, but now they don't have any value. You want to copy it? Yes or no? This is important. Create new record on the empty Coalesce field. What is Coalesce? User ID. Let's say I filled everything, but I did not fill the user ID. And tick this box. See what will happen, and untick this box. See what will happen. Because the basic funda has been cleared now. These are the troubleshooting points which you have to do. Try to do. If you make it as a empty, what will happen? If you make it as a untick, what will happen? And in case you want to run a script, you can have a script as well. Generally, I avoid this. Means you want some coding and etc. You can do it here as well. Clear, everybody? Till this point, and down on your question. And now if I open this Coalesce field, there are two things. See, same Coalesce empty field. If there's no value in the Coalesce field, what will happen? This will override the previous one. And Coalesce is a case sensitive. What this mean? This are the two different user IDs. If this box is tick. So generally we did not tick this box. Because we know that either it's uppercase, lowercase, it should get in the database. And this is what the first and the toughest part of transfer map has been completed here. Doubt, question, and clarification. Sahil, Eliza, Arnav.
Yeah, I want to mention one thing that this service now recommended thing is that we should only do this for foundational data, right?
Right.
But you mentioned that it's not that service now cannot do it. It's just that we do not recommend.
It can do. It can do.
So based on some clients will probably be very adamant about moving their transactional data. So in that case, we will have to adjust. I mean, allow them, right?
Yes. But with the disclaimer. I'll give you one example.
Yeah.
Let's say you are saying to your customer, you, Elisa and Sahil are working in a team and you're implementing ServiceNow for your customer. Okay. You say, boss, we are going live on 20th of September on the ServiceNow. Okay. Go live means you are able to use a service now. You or your team, your employees are able to use a service now. Okay, good. Customer says there are 100 or 200 incidents which are in progress. What happened to that? You says, sorry, that's not where it's my job. Two options. Either close that incident in the previous tool itself. Okay. Or either ask your customers to create a new incident in the new tool.
Okay. So that's the recommended thing, right?
Wait. It's half part.
Okay.
Second part is not possible. Can you tell your 200 customers that guys, please go and raise your incident again? Not possible. You are changing the system, not the customer changing, not the your users are changing system, right?
Right.
Let's say you raise a complaint to your network provider. My internet is not working or very slow. After 5 days, you call and the customer care says, sorry, sir, I did not find your incident. Why? Sir, we change our system, you have to raise a new incident.
Yeah,
What
doesn't look.
It's not look good, right?
No.
Then only left is the first option. That you have to be close all the incident in the previous tool only. That is also not possible because it's in the work in progress.
Yeah.
This is, I'm just saying, incident. Take a change which has a multiple life cycle or multiple level of life cycle. Then what you will do?
So in that case, we finally need to go down and say, okay, then move it. Let's move it, huh?
Oh, let's move it, but how? I tell you. You say, okay, we can move it. That's fine. Got it, your point. Now, one of your incident in the previous tool, almost 90% has been complete, or let's say on the resolve state. If you create in service now, it will create in the new state. Your SLA has been changed. Your reporting has been changed completely.
Right.
This is incident still manageable. In the change, we have assess, we have authorize, we have scheduled states. Your one change is going live or is going to be deployed on the production on the 23rd of September. And 20th you're going live in the service now. If you bring that change in the service now, in which state it will be? New state. Yeah. Because it needs approval. Now. So whenever we do the migration work, specifically moving from new to old, old to new tool, this point has been discussed in the very beginning, that what about the migration of the transactional data?
Right.
Bringing data is not that tough.
No.
After bringing, update the data is the tough. I'm giving a very simple example. In a banking sector, one of my friends, she's working in the banking sector as a change manager. She told that in a single week, we sent more than 5,000 changes in the production.
What?
Now tell me, can you imagine that you can move 5,000 open changes in the new tool? So the recommendation service now says, please avoid the transactional data migration and ask your customer to use the previous tool and close the incident in there only. There's a term called the freeze period, that no new change will be raised in the old tool from 15th of September till 21st of September. So because changes still can hold it.
Right.
But incident, you cannot hold it. And this thing you learn with your experience only.
Right.
But fundamental is this. Because you can create a transfer map, you can bring the data. Now, what about the actual state?
Yeah.
In the previous
That's
tool, change was in the scheduled state, and now it's a new state. It's
got
again
your
go for the multiple approvals.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Clear, Sahil, Eliza?
So to just to reconfirm,
Sure.
so basically, the recommended solution is if you have in-flight incident changes open, we are going to give you a freeze period, complete all that. In that freeze period, do not raise anything new in the role tool. And then after the freeze period is over, you need to do everything in our new tool, right?
Yes, but it is not a best practice. I'm not saying that it is a best practice. This depend between the conversation you and your customer, that how they want to tackle it.
Right.
And this is not about this thing, about the knowledge article thing. You're using a legacy tool for the 10 years. You have more than 10,000 knowledge articles. What about that to bring in the service now? So this is a very big factor for deciding the go lives and the migration. Okay. So, any other question for today?
No, I'm good.
Good. Eliza, Sahil, what about you?
No, thank you.
Good.
No.
Okay. Let me stop the recording and take attendance now.